Okay, so something that really gets my goat is walkthroughs, and in particular, especially during rehab, but so many times they're so pointless. So I thought I'd do a little webinar to really go into why, because we always like to answer the question why. So, as far as getting you ready for bowling, and I say this so much, you might as well be doing ballet instead of walkthroughs for as much as they're going to do. Actually, ballet is going to do you more for ankle stiffness type work. It's going to do you a lot better. But hopefully that gets the point over of how much of a waste of time and how little walkthroughs have actually got to do with bowling. So little, so little. And we'll really get stuck into why. Okay. When you get told to go and do walkthroughs, for me, it's essentially someone saying, we don't know what to do with you next. So if we do something that looks a little bit like bowling and it doesn't hurt, then maybe you're going to be good to bowl soon. It's almost like let's just flip a coin, heads or tails, whether you're going to be good to go or not. It's ridiculous. And when you see some of the layouts for this, sort of two lots of 10 the first week, three lots of 12 the second week, walkthroughs, then into a quarter jog, it's like, wow, what are we doing? It's like how much shit can we throw at a wall and hoping that some of it sticks? It's absolutely crazy. So if we look at, for me, where we go to get towards bowling. If we've got this pyramid, so as soon as we're pain free, what really niggles me is you go pain free, and then some clown tries to put a barbell on your back and then put a ball in your hand and say do some walkthroughs. But I've done a video before on our 10 steps rehab. But if we're actually looking at bowling in the things that go into bowling, once we're pain free from the actual site of the injury, and again, at the same time as recovering from the injury, we should still be working the rest of the body, everything we can do so that in collaboration, when we're pain free, the rest of the body is good to go. So we can then, go full bore. We want to be making sure we're getting back into running and jumping. Absolutely crucial. Can we land first? Can we decelerate? Can we jump? Then can we get the basics of running back into everything? If we can do that, then we can go a little bit more into adding some agility. Can we run? Can we turn? Can we accelerate? Can we decelerate? All these things. Can we do it outside of the sagittal plane? Can we run sideways and everything like that? If we can do that, then can we half kneeling bowl? Can we do this? So we're working on hip shoulder separation, actually getting the oblique sling working a little bit. Then can we do in the medicine ball? Now the medicine ball carries a lot of weight in terms of the how important it is, and we go from global, which is your general slams, into more specific. But are we doing that? If we're ticking off all of those things, there is no logical reason why we then have to take it back to walking through with the ball in your hand. If you're doing all those things, there's a damn good chance if I tell you I just want you to walk through, you're going to say, why? I'm feeling good. I can do this. That, the bowling's just literally the next step on then. And we can go at 70%. That's the lowest we want to go. Anything below that, and it's not going to really transfer. So we want to go at 70%. And it doesn't really matter then if it's a half run, if it's indoors, wherever it is, it's the intensity. Remember what we're doing with bowling. We're trying to flow through the crease, not jumping up massively high and landing too hard on the back foot. So it's the intensity that we're looking for here. So if we go sort of up and down, are you ready? One of the drills we can do is getting the whole body involved with a plyometric drill. Well, so this, we've got young Moyes here in a single leg bridge hold, throwing a medicine ball. So most of the body there is working on stability and we're trying to create power off it. And essentially with a lot of our training, that's what we're trying to do, give one part of the body one job whilst another part is doing another job. So if this is all pain-free, fantastic. We can give it a tick and then we can go on. So we talk about the global medicine ball power. So this is where we're doing the slams, oblique slams, different things like that. Oh, let's just go back there. There we go. There. So go back one. So slams, okay, slams, oblique slams, granny throws, all these sorts of things. Once we're doing that, we're able to express power, like I said, globally, because almost it's a whole body. We're not getting specific here. We just want to see, right, can we do it? Is the body up to it? Is it feeling good? If that's the case, we can move on. And now we're getting really positional specific with plyometrics and isometrics. So we've got isometrics on the right here, doing a bit of a Berlin protocol in a front foot contact release position. If that's pain-free, fantastic. We've got a back foot contact position over here. Now we're using that X band to really access that oblique sling as well, get that back hip working as much as anything. Again, if we're doing that, fantastic. We're feeling great. We know positionally we're good to go. We're feeling good. Everything's motoring along nicely. Then we can add some really sort of enhanced kinetic chain work. So, we've got here doing a landmine with a band. Just look at the back foot working there. Back foot coming round, pushing up, kinetic chain working. Again, we're ticking these off as we go. You don't have to spend like a month on each one. It can be literally right. We've done one, 2 days later, are we okay? Yep, okay, let's do that again. Are we okay after that? Brilliant. Tick that off. We move forward. Okay. We do not have to spend too long doing this. And then we can go up into half kneeling bowling. Bang, we know then we're creating a hip shoulder separation. We can work up, if we're taking scores as well, we can see is your arm speed back to where we want it, where it was pre-injury. The speed's back up there to where it was pre-injury. Ticking off everything. We're ticking off everything. So we know, right, okay, that it's cooking. The body's cooking. We're nearly good to go. And then we can get really specific here. Let's play that again. So running in, getting in all the positions, overloading it with the medicine ball. I defy anyone to do 3 lots of 6 of this with a 2K ball and then say, if you pull up okay, then say, actually, I don't want to bowl yet. You'd be chomping at the bit. You'd be tearing my eyes out to get the ball in your hand because I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. Not a single walkthrough was done through any of this training. Nothing. Once you've done all this and you've ticked it off, you're good to go. There's no reason for us not to bowl. Okay, so like we said, once we've ticked it all off, if you recovered, you're feeling good, we've had no side effects. Now, the other thing here with side effects is issues, pain, whatever, any of those things. If any of those pop up on any of the steps we're going through, we then know where to go to have a look in more detail. If we go from pain-free to trying to bowl and load with a barbell and something breaks down, it's a lot harder to go back and find, well, what was that? Why? What happened there? So we can actually, if say it's between global medicine ball work and positional specific work, we can dial in there. We can say, right, okay, so it's in there somewhere, right? What are the different patterns that we're working? We'll know. We'll know. So, like I said, we can say once you've ticked off everything there with a high degree of certainty, we're good to go. We're really good to go. Plus, we work the body in a smart way so that it's not just resting to heal and then trying to bowl again, but the action's not changed. So the body wouldn't have changed. So everything that went into the injury in the first place is still going to be there, which is one of my biggest issues with rehab. You're not changing anything, you're just resting to allow the injury to heal. We know that both things will be better. Your body's going to be ready and it's going to be in a better position. Win-win. Why wouldn't you do it? Okay. And this is just a cycle. Just get out of this. Injury, rest. Some idiot saying just load, then walk through. Guess what? As soon as you try and pull the trigger, nothing's changed. So we're back into injury. Please, please, please hold whoever is doing your rehab to a higher account so that you can actually go through it. But also, this falls on you as well. This really falls on you as a player not to get sidetracked, not to think, oh, yeah, I'm going to do that now, not to miss a step. You've got to do all these steps. If you want to, again, have that high degree of certainty, I have rehab back to playing hundreds of stress fractures. The guys who follow what we say and do this properly do not get injured again. They just don't. If you take a few shortcuts and you don't go through this, we can't say the same thing. Okay, so please, please, please get this done. Once you're injured, get it fully assessed so we know what went into the injury, follow the plan, tick off the steps, do everything at the high intensity that we need. You'll come back, your action will have improved, your body will be more robust, your bowling will be quicker, more consistent, and we won't get re injured. Follow the process, get it done.